What's going on, everybody? This is Sweaty Zeus, and we are going to check out the new update for Lords of the Fallen. I was on YouTube yesterday and just saw this drop out of nowhere. Hadn't heard anything about it. So I actually enjoyed the game originally. I know a lot of people had a lot of problems with it. It did have problems on release, although a lot of them that people really complained about, honestly, were fixed pretty early, and the game was in a good state. For me, playing it on PS5 a while back, I did a walkthrough on my channel. If you want to look for that, if you decide to give it a go, that's up there. It covers pretty much every item in the game, all the side quests, everything. So what we're going to do here is check out the update. I'm just going to stream. It's not going to be anything like as far as... I mean, I know where everything is. Everything I can remember, although it's been over a year. And we'll pick up everything we can. But, yeah, we just want to check it out. There's a lot of things that have changed. And there's a lot of things I loved about this game when it came out. I'm a little worried about the sequel and what they're already talking about with that, but we'll discuss that in a little bit. I'll let this play if you haven't seen it. If you have, just fast forward, and I'll be back in just a minute. We'll create a character and get going. It's my first time playing it on PC, though. I just got a new gaming PC, and it's on sale actually right now for like $23 for the deluxe edition with all the downloadable content and everything. So I recommend it already, but let's see what 2.0 looks like. Sounds like the combat, a lot of the weapon animations and sounds are changed, character creator change, new movement, friends can play for free now. Talk about that in a little bit, but I'll let this play. Also, this game is the best armor in any Souls-like ever. Don't at me on that. It's a fact. I mean, look at that. Come on.
Boris, forgive me. And steer this weapon of deliverance to a worthy
Coolest looking weapons and armor of any game. The art direction is top notch. It's a little what I'm worried about with the next one. They said they're going to change it. It's like, that was the one thing you guys nailed.
Possessed the metal for this, Crusader. You failed.
Alright. It looks like I tested it out just to get an idea. It looks like we're running about 150 frames a second. So, performance seems pretty good so far. It still does. Why is he so fat? It still does look a little choppy. But I think it's just the way the game is. Oop. It is an Unreal Engine 5 game. You know, I heard a lot of people say that was a lot of the graphical problems. God dang it. I'm sorry. Let's go back here. I was trying to get my controller turned on. We'll just skip this, obviously. Oh. It's got a little bit of a cosmic order. The she must feed thing. Once you learn more about that. So here's your classes. The Crusader's the part of the DLC of the deluxe, but again, that's really not any more money at this point. It's like $1 or something. Pretty cool class, but you can't actually get this armor set till the very end of the game if you don't get the DLC version of it. And to me, it's like obviously the coolest armor set. There's a lot of them though. The helm anyways, I think is probably one of the coolest. werewolf. It's like your Norse guy. It's your flail guy. I hope they overhauled flails, because the flails look so cool. There's some really cool looking ones, but the damage on them is pretty bad. So. It's your Black Feather Ranger. This is what I just started with, trying to test the performance. This one you get a bow, but I'll show you where to get a bow like pretty much early on, no matter what you decide to do. One thing I will say I hope they change is the dual blades. They use the same moveset as short swords, so it was like there was no point in using dual blades in the original game. Warrior Preacher, I think, is like the go-to class for easy gameplay, like if you're new to Souls-likes. Once you master switching between your I think this class sucks, but I'll tell you why in a little bit. And then Kadim's like hard mode, you know, in Souls-likes, you know, the guy who has like no stats and no items, he's got a bucket, a shit bucket. Okay, so let's go. I think I want to go Orient Preacher just because it gives us access to some stuff we're not going to get for a little while. The only thing we'll miss out on is the Dark Crusader armor. I like this one because we can get dual hammers. And you can put smite on them. That was one thing I think I did that in the walkthrough. We get a long sword, which is pretty cool looking. Obviously a sick armor set. And then your throwable's the one under the weapon there, you can see. So this one just has a spell. Let's go. So hard. Let's do Dark Crusader just for the armor. Alright, and you can do female now, which they actually said they changed the body types to be a little more, and the faces to be more attractive, which is funny. Let's see, you can go over here to fine tune. You can pick different faces. And then you can use that slider to like mold between them. You still can't adjust the breast or butt size, which for a woman, you can call me whatever you want, but like, you know, women obviously have different proportions, so like, if you're trying to make a character your own, you should be able to adjust that, so we'll say that's a little bit of a bummer. Alright. We don't want him to be too much of a indoor loser. Little Elvis impersonator haircut, friar tuck, and a Ronin. That looks kind of Chad, right? Alright. I think there's new beards too, from what I saw. Maybe, I can't remember. Alright, and then like I said, up top, left stick, you can kind of like warp between them. Let's actually turn facial hair off. Some of them, like especially the more ethnic ones, they look like their skin's like dirty. I don't know what. Like, that dude's got like skin cancer or something. Like a grizzled vet. By the way, I would suggest picking exactly what you want as far as your appearance, because you will not be able to change it for a good while. There is a way to do it in game, but it is pretty late in the game before you'll be able to do it. So, and I got that up on my channel. It's actually, you gotta find like several items. There's a mirror. You gotta like how do we? Well, why is it that updating? Let's just do this in the mouse. There we go. We just didn't have it far enough over. See that one or the first one? I think the second one's more me. Sorry, I know I'm taking a while, but like I said, you're kind of locked in once you pick it, so. Alright. Copy main color, good to go. Facial hair. Tune. And then you can go in here to fine tune your face texture. We'll give him like different skin tones and things. They're all pretty weird, I gotta say. I think they could have overhauled this a little more. But you're gonna have a helmet on like 99% of the time. How do we turn like all the scars off? So you just click on these to get like a more detailed option. Alright, you need like a my eye color, like I have like a grayish white blue color eye, and then the secondary we're wanting that black obviously so you don't look like a freak, although that does look pretty crazy. I like it. Alright, eyes. He's geeked. That dude's real geeked. Dude's just relaxed. Kind of like that one, I guess. Nose. And this one was my nose. Close enough. Ears. I got big ears. Not like Dumbo big ears, but I got kind of bigger ears. Not where you'd make fun of me, but they're not small. Put it that way. Alright. Mouth. It looks like what's his name? The dude from Hellboy? Big old orangutan mouth. Like this area here is too big. What's the guy who Sons of Anarchy, Hellboy? I don't know why I can't think of his name. He crack every time I think of him. The only thing I can think about is like him, like trying to troll Trump on Twitter. He'd say like, "Hey, Donnie boy." He's like, "Hey, Donnie boy, I'm gonna piss in my hand and throw it at ya." It was like the weirdest troll attempt ever. Oh man, I sure you remember like exactly what he said. Alright, so I think we're good with all that. It looks good enough. Tattoos, I don't want face tattoos. Oh, that was why he's all scarred up. Cool. Here's your body. You know, you can make your dude look super beast mode, or you can make him fat, which is kind of different for a Souls-like. Let's see. I'm not going for myself at this point. I'm going for like, you know, video game warrior. What I did last time, when I did the Orient Preacher, was I did like a bunch of crazy like gold tattoos that looked really cool. But I'm just gonna just do some scars on his body and go from there. You're really not gonna see it very often, to be honest. That's cool. Alright. I think we're set. These advanced game modifiers. Oh, that, okay. I think I know what that is. I'll leave tutorials on just for any of you who haven't played it. It's been a while for me, so. Jump into it. I think we're about like 120 frames a second, and
Lord,
running native 4K.
the latest
so
receiver of
performance
his
seems
grace.
pretty good.
Great
Got a
potential
90,
dwells
70
within you,
XT.
doubtless, for you to be
90,
chosen
100,
thusly.
3X, if you're wondering.
And so does Aureus' wisdom guide my
Got a
hand
pretty
in the bestowment of this
beefy
subsequent
rig, but
boon.
definitely not like, you know, crazy like 5090 or anything.
Your flesh has been made sacrosanct with the mark of the Dark Crusaders.
I gotta turn my fan on. It's fucking hot in here.
Prove yourself worthy of this gift. Seek me in the bowels of the bridge. Our work is of the greatest import.
Poor guy loses his mind if he finishes quest. This is such a good looking game too. Once they get the performance ironed out, like the visuals are pretty good. Between 95 and 111 frames a second. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I wanted window full screen. Let's see what that does. Alright, we're still about 120. FSR 3. It seems to have lowered our performance. Maybe because I don't have it turned on in whatever their software is, AMP or whatever. Adrenaline. It's like I know it starts with the A. Okay. Let me make sure that we didn't lose our stream when we went to windowed borderless. Okay, I think we're still good. Graphics. Auto detect. Put us in cinematic everything. Motion blur on. Field frame off. Chromatic off. You can decide what to do with this. It's for when we go in the alternate world. I may turn motion blur on just for me because I'm playing on a flat screen right now and I don't have like a high-end sync option. So, all right, we're still looking really good in 110 frames a second. Yeah, we've got a dedicated jump button now, which is kind of weird. I think before you had to like push in the stick or something. It basically just shares the button with the interact button at this point. So you can charge heavies are gonna like really break posture. And when you block or okay, we gotta drop down for that. When you block or parry, I'm pretty sure when you parry, depending on what type of shield or weapon you're using, you'll take like what's called withered damage, which is like gray, whited out health on your health bar. This is really cool about this game. That's a tanked, so we can throw it on our armor set. Remove. Wait, why didn't it come off? Apply to all. Remove. Oh, you gotta go through individually. But we'll get some really cool ones as we go. Some really bright colors, and this does feel a little weird, the jump button, but I'll get used to it. There we go. Gotta jump over that. This is where you get used to your dodge. I don't really notice a difference. I mean, they said you're less forward momentum. I don't know. Maybe it's just when you're locked on. Probably what it is. Okay, you got throwables too. You got your lamp, but then press up, and then hold L2, and then A. I think it is, right? Why is it not? For range combat, select range weapon, range mode. Oh, you have to do RT, that's right. You just tap it, throw it. It dropped that body, which gave us that little cross weapon. I think we're down to about 87, 90 FPS now. If it starts getting too low, there's 75. If it starts really dropping, I'll adjust the settings a little bit. They don't. It's definitely not as long of a reach. Let's try to parry here. Okay, we'll try a little later. There we go. See, we took a little white chip damage, and then when we hit the enemy, we get it back, similar to Bloodborne. But it's only if you parry or block, so like it's, you know, it's not like in Bloodborne where you always can recover your health. It's just if you're blocking or parrying. Let me make sure to adjust the sound a little bit too. That way I'm not talking for no reason here. Alright, now we gotta go into Umbral, so let's see. Switch down. This just teaches you, you know, you can't get over that unless you switch to the alternate realm, which we just are doing. Alright, so we need to soul flay. But I don't, normally you lock on, I don't know why we're not locking. I may just lock the FPS. It's not all over the place, but it is moving a little bit. I am live streaming though, so there it's explaining the health I was talking about. You can pop these to get it back too. If you don't take damage from it. Alright, be sure to grab this. There's a item you want to grab right here. I guess that you don't really lock on anymore. They changed it. You used to lock on to those. They did say, that's right, they did say in the video that they've changed it so that in combat you're not locking on to like items. So you just gotta manually aim at it now. That makes sense. Saintly Quintessence is your flask upgrade, so that'll give us another heal. For people that skip this game, I really can't recommend it enough if you're into Souls-likes. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't like it at this point. It seemed like it was just kind of cool to hate on it. And at the beginning, and it did have some issues, but like honestly they weren't really any more pronounced than a lot of Souls-likes we get. I don't know, I played it on PS5. It may have been worse on Xbox, but it did have some pretty bad performance in areas, but it wasn't like non-stop all the way through. And they had it mostly resolved within like couple weeks, month at the most. I think part of that was due to it being a UE5 game, and I think it was like the first UE5 game released, or one of them. Definitely was one of the first. Alright, so we're gonna get our first boss here in a second. It's the one you're supposed to die to. I did beat him on one playthrough, but it's not worth it because you'll have to restart if you don't. Or I mean, if you want to beat him, you have to restart. You only get one opportunity. We'll actually fight him I think 3 times before we'll actually, you have to kill him. Each time it's going to get a little easier, but it's like not likely that you'll be able to beat him. And then the last time he's, you know, like you have to beat him to progress. So we don't have enough, really. Wait, it says we do. Or no, we don't. That's right. These are like your runes. I think it was enough. Probably not. No. Rest. Be sure to pick this up. This is your like journal and map. Alright, this is the boss I was talking about. This guy here is really easy. There's the parry. Terrible, one more. Oh, that's one of those where somebody died. Wait, what? Where is he? Normally the Reaper comes down right here. Maybe it's only if you hit the save and they changed it? Used to be right after you defeated that guy, went into the boss fight. The Reaper's the guy at the beginning who beheaded the other version of us. Okay, these are your modifiers. There's like a modifier thing they added where you can add like, you know, no rests or no vestiges, which are your bonfires basically. You know, it's got a bunch of different modifiers you can add on. Huh, I wonder why. That's weird. Did they take it out? Maybe it's like to discourage people from quitting. I don't know, but it's like every Souls game has the fight you're supposed to lose at the very beginning. Down to about 60 FPS. I am like ultra everything. 4K native, to be fair, but alright. There, I think that is, I know that over there is, in the flayed skin we picked up, is to do the quest to get this armor set. So remember I said you get it later on. If you want a detailed thing on that, just look on my channel. I've got a video specifically for that I did forever ago. She had a parasite protector. We had to get that away. There we go. We gotta go over to Umbral. Pull that. This guy's interesting.
I always wondered if there were others. You're probably thinking that lamp's just a tool to be used as you see. Take it lightly, and you'll find it's the other way around. Mark my words.
There's our next vestige. I'm gonna mute out and check the stream real quick, make sure everything's looking okay. I'll be right back. Glad I checked that, because I think our balance of audio is a little off. Turn the gain up a hair, and I'm going to turn down sound a hair here. Well, OCD, they've all got to be a round number. Alright, that'll work. Hopefully that's better. Just don't like it where you gotta strain to hear. Let's also, actually, while we're at it, I want to go in here and see how it looks locking our FPS. Let's try Ultra. I don't really notice, honestly, a huge difference on reflections, like with a lot of games, like as far as the ray tracing, honestly. This says 50, but we are at full resolution. That put us back over 100. Display, apply changes, FPS limit, there it is. Let's do 90 for now. See how that does. These basically are memories you can grab. Actually, I'm gonna set that to 75.
Where are you going? Help us!
60. That works. Main reason is I'll have a little less screen tearing on my end. So when you're in Umbral, the enemies will just keep coming the longer you stay in. Just FYI. This guy will pop out of there. Pop. So this is a reduced enemy. People complain there were too many enemies. It's hilarious. I think a lot of people just struggled with the game and were like, oh, there's too many enemies. The movement's all messed up. And I think the devs kind of honestly maybe overly listen to people a little bit. But that could just be me because I never had any problem. I mean, did I die? Sure, but it's Souls-like, you know? The dodge in it feels really good, though, to me. I know people said it felt like a little off, but it's very easy to dodge attacks. It's very easy to parry too, honestly. The parry feels really easy to pull off, but fair, you know. There's one more item, I think, a chest over here somewhere. Yeah, right there. If you don't have this class, you can get your sword there. I actually may switch it because I think it has bleed. Yeah, it does. What do we need? 10 agility. It's your dexterity stat. Definitely not a performance problem with the game anymore. There's a guy behind us here. Oh fuck. Yeah, I didn't make that mark. Let's go ahead and grab our grace. Or come back. Agility. I think I might use that sword. I love bleed. Bleed's always great. Alright, that's where we need to continue, but we're gonna go back here. Windows firewalls block some features. Hold on. I'm locked out. What the hell? Alright, that was weird. Probably some type of reporting for bugs, I guess. Complete an enemy's posture dramatically by delivering it fully charged heavy from the back. A staggered enemy can be backstabbed. Hold charged heavy and then crit, basically. Gotcha. Oh, we got our first ring up here too. Or talisman or whatever. It's right around here. So it's funny how slow he throws those. Soulflay, I know how to do that. Alright. Increases max stamina and regenerate. Dude, that's jarring. The lock on, like when it doesn't grab somebody. Man, the enemy placement's like there are like barely any enemies. I know people said there were too many, but good lord. The little circle is their posture, basically, and once it's the circle around the circle is gone, you can basically get a crit on them. Yeah, my timing's off. What was that on the bottom right? Like it was like a cross that lit up. Oh yeah, there's something to, yeah, right there. This is your ammunition, so use it if you run out to refill it. Oops, I should have aimed. So shield. Shitty one. There's usually, like in the original game, and if you play with modifiers, there's usually like 4 enemies in here. It feels so weird. Like it's so desolate. There's like no enemies anywhere. There's usually like 3 right here. When I'm talking about that, I'm talking about the, the state the game originally released in, like the enemy placement, and then when they released the like New Game Plus modifiers, now you can go to like it's called like I forget, bonus enemy placement or something, but there's some more, and it's back to the way it was originally. Alright, we can try that sword now. Maybe. I gotta use some skulls. So anyways, what I was talking about earlier, the game did okay. I think a couple million copies. But there was like this weird word of mouth when it came out because of performance. There were some pretty bad issues. And a lot of people just decided to like really hate on the game. And it was like the devs obviously they did like over 60 patches or something. It was wild how many they did, but it was like the word was already out, and a lot of people just still shit on it even though they never gave it a shot. And there were a lot of people I remember that played the game for 10 minutes and were like, I don't know, it doesn't feel right, I'm not playing it. Like I saw a lot of people that only got to this boss we're about to fight probably in the next 10 minutes and then never played anymore. And to me the combat did feel a little odd at first, but man, if you stuck with it just a little bit longer, it's like it clicks. And I think a lot of people just never gave it a shot, which is unfortunate. Because I do think the art design in this is like among the best of any Souls-like. Like the armor, the weapons, the enemy design. There's not enough enemy designs, I will say that. But especially the Orion cult, or like Orion Church, whatever. I think they all look pretty gnarly. I mean, look at this freaking armor set, hell, ridiculous, like a freaking like a medieval metal crusader. Like, I mean, come on, dude. How much more badass can you get? But because the game, it wasn't a flop, but I think it just maybe underperformed. I think it'll live up long term, but it underperformed a little early on, maybe. So the devs, I was reading, they were talking about they're gonna make another one because it, it was a moderate success, but just wasn't like blowout over the top. And the reaction was just really mixed. I'll put it that way. It's like people either loved it or hated it. There were a lot of people, when I say loved it, you know, would have gave, or saw a lot of people who gave it like, you know, an 8.5 or more, you know. I think I gave it an 8.5. But I think the most fun with it is I did of any game in 2023 other than maybe Baldur's Gate. And I think I actually did not enjoy it at first and had to come back to it because I wasn't patient enough with it. I actually just finished it like 6 months ago or so. I played to like the Shar Temple, and then I think I just lost interest, or I don't remember what happened. There was another game out maybe, but what I was saying was I think they were just kind of brainstorming as to ways to break through more with the next game and have like more of a mainstream success. And I read an article with one of the devs or lead dev or something, and he was saying he thought their art style was part of the problem. They were going to go for a more mainstream art style, and oh my gosh, I couldn't disagree more. Like, I think they had the best art design like of any Souls, like the setting and the armor and the weapons and a lot of the enemy designs. And I don't know what more mainstream means. To me it sounds like more Fortnite or Kitty. Like, I see that a lot now with a lot of games. I was watching it was called Galaxy or something last night. It was a games showcase, and every game looks like Fortnite, like bright colors designed for 12-year-olds. And I miss getting, like, you know, not that we're not getting them, but I'm just worried. I see a lot of games trending towards that, and I think for Souls-like or action RPGs, that's a bad idea, because that's not what people want. I think they just ran into a lot of trouble because they launched the game with some performance issues, and bad word of mouth got out, and it just kind of compounded. They need to get with Asmongold, because, you know, he's such a big streamer in that community, and honestly, he shit all over the game, unfairly so, even though actually I like him. He didn't give it any chance at all, and then
You carry the... If you don't want make use
I saw when they
I've given you more from now on.
how do we do this? I forget. Not like that. Why? That's right. But yeah, when they added like a lot of the fixes, I saw he did a review of the trailer and was like, oh, check this out, it looks a lot better, and he never did, and then he still shit on the game. So I was like, come on, dude. I mean, when you have a channel that big, like, it can make or break. I do think, you know, like, what's his name, Fighting Cowboy was pretty fair with it, gave it a good review. Rurikon, a lot of the other guys I follow. But I don't know, maybe they should contact Asmongold directly and talk to him about feedback or something, because it just became like a lot of people just decided to hate on the game. It seemed like there was a lot of people that never played it, I remember seeing, and they were just like, oh, it looks janky or da 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 da. And it was just unfortunate, because I think this franchise has a lot of potential, and we need another like developer other than From. Damn, I'm gonna go work on these parries. Oh, Not now. Finish him off. I did all that and I never even tried the sword. Another thing I like about this game is it's got a little bit of the Dark Souls one, like looping back to areas. We'll come back through here later. As you see, a lot of the door doesn't open from the sides. You get in Souls likes, you know. No. Forgot about the dedicated jump button. Alright, so here's our boss fight. Let's just hit the rest real quick. Might be able to get another level. I am gonna take a shield in here just to parry. You can summon, you know, like you can in a lot of these type games. Fuck, I should have got that earlier. Those go on like that. What else we got? We want holy protection for her. Cures burn. I think that's really all we need. Probably should wait till after the cutscene because I'm gonna let it play.
Oh, holy Aureus.
Come on, how could
By
you not
your
like the art design
radiance,
in this
grant
game?
me the strength to continue to endure these dark days, to lay bare the path to salvation for my wayward brothers and sisters,
Blood streaming
so
off
we
her.
may
How cool
walk
is
it
that?
together, and to strike down all those who would see our will defied. Even as our suffering continued, I honored my pledge of patience to the exactor. And yet you now appear before me, a stranger,
Pieta.
bearing what was not yours to receive. A betrayal made flesh,
One I
and
cannot
one
brook.
I cannot brook.
Alright, parry timing. Here we go. Here we go. I don't remember how to do a lot of this. Alright, she'll do her sweep, you just run to the side. Oh my gosh, I actually died. It's pathetic. I just need a heavy on her. Come on. Fuck, I fucked that up. There we go. Just needed one more hit. It's an easy fight, but I just hadn't played in so long. Like how her blood, like, moves like claymation almost here. Bye-bye. So you go over here and get her little story thing.
Brothers and sisters, you honor us and all who came before you with your sacrifices. While I wish they were unnecessary, my wishes will not ease your suffering, but I pray my sorcery does.
Alright. So now we're at the hub area. Feels good to play this like at a just locked in 60 FPS with no like you know, I think it was 60 on PS5, but the visuals would cut back to maintain it. Alright. So we'll be able to get like a little better like shield and items here. This is where we meet the guy, the preacher. The Orient preacher.
Welcome, Dark Crusader.
Alright, so we'll open some secret, you know, back doors like this one a little later. There's Pieta. She's on our side now. I don't know if I may just do like a quality, like, and a little bit of radiance build. Let's see. I Vitality's our health, right? Yeah. Let's give that a little boost. We don't have a blacksmith yet. I'll show you how to unlock that. Again, I've already got a video on it, but we'll do it on the stream if you watch it. All 3 people that catch it.
By Aureus' divine, and to think I raised my sword when all alone you to deliver my death and forgive me, Lamp. I'm Pietà. So too will I sustain you, whether by making manifest contained within the sanguinarics. Should you find, bring them to the beacons must and a deer's
we can
milk
upgrade our
fellow
healing at her, which we can do right now.
Our holy word continues.
Showed you we needed to grab that one early on.
May Aureus' divine radiance flow through me and into you.
How gnarly is this game? Like with the blood exploding when she did that. Like, I really hope they don't mainstream
I have
the
known as
game.
one worthy of my name is the holy
With the
of
next
Church
one.
of Ord, the duty of
I was hoping they just
ensuring
leaned into more of this and
while this
made the
she embodied
performance
at least
way
but
better.
now it is to thee use the
More like it is
deliver
now.
salvation to a world on the Rogard the Aureus. You serve a higher purpose, Crusader.
Alright. See, we could have, if we went to other class, we'd have 2 hammers now, and the moveset's actually really cool for 2 hammers. So here's our catalyst. If we're gonna go, you know, like a Orion spellcaster build. I do want to see
You serve
we
a
have
higher
anything we can
purpose,
sell 'em.
Crusader.
Never gonna wear that. Or use that. Don't sell those. They're very important.
You
We
serve
just
a
need
higher
one
purpose, Crusader.
dagger because I want to see if they did anything with the moveset for daggers. Because we have another one right here, even though actually that's a sword, I think. It doesn't look like it's changed at all. They said they changed the audio for all of it. I don't notice any difference at all. Could just be me. Maybe it's the hits that sound different. You didn't hit an enemy to tell.
So the exactors found himself a new inch, and given that lamp was intended for me, and yet now he, well, I'm Stoneman. A group of good men, and against a madness which is possessed, we made a vow to restore, whatever the cost to ourselves, that heretical umbral lamp, and the dark as are you, it would seem. In Radiance,
He's got
judgment.
some pretty good items. Mainly this key we'll need to get. Yes, that's what I wanted was the shields. Alright, which one's better? This one? Not really any weight difference.
Our Immaculate
Dual
Lady
swords
will
now.
bring redemption.
See how that has the same moveset as 2 daggers did? This dude
That's
sucks.
it, isn't it? Oh, the lamp of immortality. And
Don't
the
touch,
genuine
bitch.
article. Not a useless, empty vessel
Should
like the
be
one I
right off.
saw that witless fool bumbling around with. I've learned a little since coming to Mornstead about that lamp and the awful mission to which it's attached. I hope you recognize that frightful burden for what it is. In truth, what's been done to you is downright cruel. Of course, some people are born into... My name is Andreas of Ebb, But far more than that, descendant of the great ruler Antanas himself, as proven by my family's book of lineage, for one. That's right. Through my veins flows the blood of the legendary hero who defied Adir and the Rogar and saved the whole world, only to be betrayed and murdered by a common criminal. So you'll understand the man of my, while an unfortunate... Give me the lamp, no? It saddens me to see you bring... I hope you see sense. My offer after all.
You just want to exhaust their dialogue like you do with Souls games to progress their quest, obviously. So, oh, nice. That's our throwable. We can replace the shitty one we start with. Or no, that's actually a weapon, isn't it? That's right. Old Mornstead Spear. Be sure to exhaust this guy's dialogue. He has an important quest.
Careful! If you're headed for pilgrims, the hallowed sentinel who's crossed countless miles of land. All I wanted was to serve the divine judge cleric, but they deemed me unworthy and chased me off. What's a poor, rejected disciple to do now, I ask you? I gave away most of what little I owned before I left Perdam. But if you've got some traveling of your own to do, then I know it doesn't look like much. But it's a harsh wind that blows from Mornstead. But a tree that does.
So if you level it up and like, well, we'll go back there later. But there's some other stuff to grab. But if you level it up and do like certain things with it, it turns into like a lightsaber type, where it changes status effects on every hit or something. Oh, that's in the... I keep looking for enemies in certain placements, but it's because I'm used to the heavier enemy density that it was originally released with. Alright, so there's a bucket over here you want to grab if you want to do the quest for it. It's right here. I got a quest on that on my channel. Right here's a really good throwable. One of the better ones. You can get the upgraded bloody hatchet really early. I'll show later on. Definitely not this episode. Back out of that once I commit to it. Usually one over there too, but that's in the heavier enemy density. First Mothman right here. throw you off. That's right. Just gotta get near an edge. Oh, shit, we were out. Oh, fuck. Oh, don't throw me off. That's cool. You don't get thrown off the edge if you're doing an attack towards it anymore. Excuse me. That's how you get out, those little totems. How do you kick? I forget. No. There's a way to kick. I forget. So we're gonna go down that way, but first we need to go over here. Man, there's so few enemies through here. It's usually so much more dense. I forgot that people complained about that, and like they took like half the enemies out of the game. It's kind of wild. So normally there's like 5 enemies, like in this little, from here to that hand out there. There's one.
Oh, hallowed sentinels. Representative of Holy Church Cleric, my soul soars to see
Hold pilgrim. Sacred ground. And we are yet to see whether you are deserving.
Those are our upgrade mats.
I assure you.
Let me grab that up there. Can't remember. I know I just did it, but yeah, I was thinking we didn't. Alright, so we can go that way. There's a little mini boss fight. Oh, I love that. It's the, from Troy. Where he, like, takes the dude out at the beginning. It's similar anyways. My knees. I'm gonna go back. This weapon's cool, but it needs to be upgraded. It's just too weak right now. Yeah. Alright, so we'll get a shortcut there later. I keep forgetting there's not very many enemies. There used to be a bunch hidden in these, like her, that push you off. There's like no difficulty anymore because they used to be like shooting at you. I hate people that complain and get developers to like make the game easier. It never works out better. They always go overboard. Was it more difficult? Yeah, for sure, but... Alright, let's try it, Perry. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Nope. Nice try. See, I always liked the forward momentum when attacking, because you could, you know, you could drive at enemies really well. But I think if you're locked on, you can fight more stationary. Or maybe it's like a option you select. I don't know. You gotta watch out for those. There's mimics, you know, like in Dark Souls, where they attack you when you pick up the item or open the chest in Dark Souls. Such a good looking game. Nice script. There's a new tint, or tint as they call it. Alright, that's how you warp out of Umbral. You go down here. You need the Skyrush bridge key. I'm gonna go over here and get it. There's a Umbral thing right there. I think we gotta go in anyways, right? I think we need to... Yeah. Alright, we gotta walk out. I forget how we do this. Let's go ahead and grab this.
Diviner dear,
Cuts her
witness
hand off.
this offering I make to you.
That's right. We come out, and this is interesting. It teaches you to like hold the lamp and walk with it. You can actually walk, and then once we get over this, we're gonna let go and drop. Faithful blood. Do want to be careful if you get hit doing that, though. You will get knocked out and fall. Couple items up here. cool. Let's go right ahead. Oh. Here we are. There's the sword. Crimson Rector. I think that's it, right? And then we run across here. There's gonna be a Reaper. Sure to grab that. It's the key. It's all coming back to me as I play through it. Too late. And then that'll take you back there. But first, we're gonna run up here. Grab this. Open that. And open that. Oh wait, I thought we could open that one. What the fuck? You open it from the other side, I guess. I think it, yeah, maybe it's just this one. Or no, I think you can go through it, right? Yeah, that's right. Here's our preacher guy.
While the beacon should remain your I would have you seek out and return as proof of that. For only in this can we hope.
He's wanting us to go find the
this land is to offer you. Also, they are
cult,
already conflicted.
Items and bring them to
You
him.
serve a higher purpose,
Which
Crusader.
ends up funny. What's that? 8 radiance. 8 radiance. What's this require? 18. Wow.
To strive in darkness.
I don't want to get the hammer. Let's do that.
You serve a higher
Oh wow, I
purpose,
just remember
Crusader.
loving it.
To strive in darkness.
And Heaven 2 was like, what's the move? I remember. We need 13 radiance. Okay. Heaven 2 was just the absolute move. Goes 12 radiance. What's it do to our attack? Plus 13. This gives us 2 damage. 1 damage. Let's just go Vitality one more. How many skulls do we have? 1. These are to do the little saves like we did earlier, the one we created before the boss fight. How many? We still need 1100 for the next level. Malhu's over here, by the way.
The lamp must be born. The lamp must be born until the favored child. Only then can the remaining carrion of creation.
You got some stuff to buy too if you want to do the umbral.
I serve.
Skull. Seething with vigor. Grant 1600. Why would we buy these? I forget. Umbral's really good though. But it's like Death and Elden Ring. It requires both Radiance and Inferno. Or like, you know, Faith and Magic. And over here, we can purchase tanks for basically interactions of PvP. I did a a build guide, and here's where you can change your appearance, but you gotta find the pieces in the mirror. Getting this up on my channel if you want to do it. I did a video on a PvP build, and you could one-shot anybody in PvP. It wasn't very well balanced, I'll say that. It was one of the weapons you can get for the little DLC they did. And you could do this ability and one-shot any... There's our Reaper. You could one-shot any enemy you fight, like in PvP. Didn't matter what they had as far as health. It was wild. I went like, I don't know, like 30-0 in one period. They'll drop their swords. He didn't drop anything. I thought we exited right here. Anyways, we got the key to this now. The prisoner. Sure to talk to her. There's a thing of the king right here.
When they speak to me of it, but I know
The door brings us into where we just were. I think there's a javelin back here. Remember right? What the fuck happened there? There it is. Hey, bud. Whee! Alrighty. Gonna go back here real quick. gotta go over here. Go into Umbral. And drop down here. How do you grab that? Yeah, sorry. That opens up that up there, I think. If you get this one. There's one more. Oh yeah, that's right. You gotta jump up there. Searing Accusation Catalyst. So this is for Rogar, which is like the evil whatever. You got the Fire, which is like the bad guys, and or you know, like the cult, and then you have the there's something else in here? No. Then you have the Radiance, which is light, you know, and it's like the church, the main faction. They're both kind of like bad in their own way or whatever, but and then Umbral's like if you have both, and then we give her the Searing Accusation if you want, or you can use it. You give it to her, it'll continue her quest. Alright, I'm gonna end there. I will say, it does feel a little better, but it's not quite as improved as I thought. Although I haven't played for a year and a half, so I don't really know. And I enjoyed the game as it was. But I'll play some more next time. I will say, it feels pretty good on PC. We're running really smooth. And I got it capped at 60 just because that's Souls-like. It's usually where it is. It feels more natural. We were running about 110 to 120 the whole time, so with max at 4K native, max everything. So, and I don't have a 5090. I've got a 9070 XT, which is a good card. Just came out, but it's not, a $3,000 card. But anyways, I got someone coming here to do some work, so I'm gonna hop off. And yeah, Sweaty Zeus guys. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching. If you did. Later.